Pedro Perez getting set to start us out for the second half. This is not what these fans expected. Barcelona driven into an uproar on the early goal by Alexis Sanchez, but then silenced before the break as Dani Parejo tapped in the give and go. Second half underway. Do not appear to be any changes. Victor Valdez in net. Not much he could have done on the equalizer. Alves, Piqué, Mascherano, and Alba in front of him. Busquets anchoring Xavi and Fabregas. Messi flanked by Alexis and Pedro. Handball by Piqué. Diego Alves on the other side. Not credited with saves, but a lot of stops preventing even more Barcelona goals. And not much he could have done on Alexis's shot as it defied physics. Barragán, Costa, Mathieu, and Bernat the back line. Romeo and Fuego, Parejo, and Feghouli, the man who set him up, joined by Piatti, with Paco Alcácer, the young 20-year-old, leading the line. Hasn't really had too many chances on Valdez, but he's done a good job getting the ball, holding on, and picking the runner. Another chance for Feghouli, but poked away, and now it's Alexis. Ray, possession over 70% Barcelona, less than 30 for Valencia at the half, but on the scoreboard where it counts, it's all level.
That's been typical hologram football from Barcelona, but at the point of the spear, hasn't exactly been glinting, and that continues to haunt them. All the rest of the equation is right, but finally when they get to ask what X equals, they can't find it.
They're probably looking for Y.
Talking X, man, here he comes.
Has help down the far flank, but goes to Pedro on the near. All the way across. Alves, good ball in. Messi on a second chance, off of Mathieu, and
this
Diego
is all
Alves
about
pounces.
the Brazilian. This again, sublime service from the 30-year-old ex-Sevilla man. Dani Alves sends this with a bouquet of roses around it to Messi. He picks his pass out so early, relaxes beautifully on the ball once he's identified his target, and that beautiful computer that's spinning away inside of Dani Alves' head gets all of the right letters right there. That was a wonderful pass. Confident looking bunch now. The boys with the bats on their shirt. That's a great ball.
Barragán gets the cross in. Flipped up over Piqué. Piatti! Oh my goodness! The smallest man on the park with maybe the biggest goal of the season.
Certainly got the biggest heart, the Argentina man. I warned the people about. Look out for this kid. He is a danger. Ex-Estudiantes man. He launches in, let's be honest, Valencia are having a serious love affair with Lady Luck, and she just sent Piatti a big bunch of roses with love to Pablito. Lovely lead ball. This is what starts the dominoes falling. Jordi Alba goes down, he can't get to it. It's a lovely ball squirted back, but look at the wonderful power and placement. Like a salmon out of a beautiful summer stream, he leaps and he gets his direction right, and Victor Valdez can't do anything. Danny Boy is beaten all ends up by the Argentina man who wanted it more, and Valdez cannot rescue them. Said it was in a confident start by Pablo's men. Right from the locker room, they've drawn blood.
We were talking about this during the break, Ray, but you have to go all the way back to round 5 of the 2011-2012 season, when a team other than Barcelona or Real Madrid ended around atop La Liga. It was Real Betis then. 92 weeks in a row, 92 rounds in a row since then. But the door now open for Atletico Madrid if Barcelona cannot score twice. Now it's Pedro. And obviously they have it in them. Remember, Levante scored early in the Cup, and Barcelona quickly put 5 past them.
Oh, it was a wonderful, entertaining game in the first half. Now it's just turned into an absolute battlefield out there now for Barcelona. The slope just got a lot slippier and a lot steeper. They really need to come out of the margins now. Again, they've been swaggering with their football, but they need to start being more insightful and penetrative in causing Diego Alves a few more problems and working him. He's a good one to beat, Phil. This is a top goalkeeper.
Nice. Dummied through in the arc. Messi to his right foot, and Alves got a touch to it.
That's why he's an international class goalkeeper. Won't play for Brazil for nothing. Wonderful by Messi. Again, breaks his shadow, sending it the wrong way. But Diego, wonderful in response.
In swinger, cleared away by Costa, who's also been heroic today. Alba lunging for it, got the man, and he might get a little bit more.
And the ball hops away from him and he leaves his feet. And that's a no-no in the modern day. No matter if you get the ball, you're out of control. You're launching into the tackle, Bob Beamon style. Right here, here's the lifting of both legs off of the ground. And it's an automatic yellow card. No complaints.
Alcácer up slowly. Parejo now with a yellow for Valencia. Alba for Barcelona. Top three teams in La Liga separated by just 1 point at the outset of the day. Of course, Atletico and Real still to play. Atletico welcoming Sociedad. As you mentioned, fresh with Canales in tow. Real Madrid with a tough match against Athletic Bilbao at the new San Mamés. Trying to settle. Pedro, the whistle, and the spot.
Yep.
A chance to tie it up.
It's cruel on Valencia because it seems to strike. I think it's Barragán, Phil. The ball sent into Pedro is beautiful. We'll see who it actually strikes. I thought it was Barragán, but it may well have been Costa.
He's saying the point of the shoulder. Take another look.
Yep. Oh, it's tough for the referee, but look at the arm. It's raised out as the ball's triggered in. Yeah, you see him raising the arm out.
Now, normally, even though that is considered part of the arm that can be a handball,
that's a hand.
It's not given, though, because that part of the arm was tight to the body.
It was lower, and I think the arm was away from the body. I think that was, you can argue it, split decision, and you saw the referee having words with his linesman for a little while before he actually pointed at the spot. But now Messi steps up under pressure.
130 days nearly without a goal in La Liga, but not this time.
Emphatic. Target. Locked. Target. Detonated. And I tell you what, Diego Alves isn't far away from it by the looks of it in lifetime, but he looks at it as a blur. That's a tremendous effort from the Brazilian. Look at that, Phil. Jungle Cat quick on the lane, he spreads himself, he gets a touch on it, but it takes his fingernails off. Messi needed to be perfect. He pummels this one with all the power, but without control, power is nothing. And he knows he was just too accurate. Messi responds and leads his team back 2-2.
Valdez under pressure. Again, this still would open the door for both teams from Madrid. But now Barcelona just one away from getting back in charge. Wide for Dani Alves. Outside of the boot. Flipped back by the Frenchman, Mathieu. And a collision just outside the area against the Brazilian. Ninth goal of the season now for Lionel Messi. Last goal he had was way back at the end of September against Diego Alves' old Almeria. Just under 70,000 in attendance here today. Of course, some of the news in recent days has been focused in on the renovation of this stadium, lifting it up to 105,000. Of course, this coming just a couple of days before Real Madrid unveiled their new Bernabeu plans. Beautiful from Messi, but slowed down enough. He's looking for a foul against Fuego.
Yeah, that Santiago Bernabeu looks as if it is going to be an absolute treasure house of a stadium, Phil. And unfortunately, Alfredo Di Stefano not there to see the unveiling of it. His old friend getting a facelift.
Ball poked free, Oriol Romeo.
And this is a stadium that absolutely needs it as well.
Messi, just soft.
Really behind the times. Good play again by Messi.
Fabregas holds, delivers. Alexis the slide. Costa. You can almost sense the trepidation, afraid there might be another whistle.
Again, wonderful play by Fabregas. Hold up play. He's got options. Cesc left and right to him. Here's another replay of it. The arm is in motion. He's a good 2-3 yards away from the ball. And they all celebrate the detonation of Leo's penalty kick. Still, it did look like a handball, in my opinion. Still a little bit unfortunate on the captain, Ricardo Costa, no matter which way you cut it. But
so a 126-day drought. He was still assisting, and Gerardo Martino went out of his way to say he was not that concerned because the way Messi was playing, he knew the goals would come. First one from the spot to tie us at 2. Feghouli into the area. Alba trying to preserve the corner. It does. It'll be a throw-in.
Piatti wanted this ball first time from Feghouli when it was played in. There's a little hocus-pocus attempt by Feghouli, but Piatti says you didn't need to. Just lead me in.
Whipped across. Barragán found Feghouli in the gap. He will get a chance. Drives it back. Delivered! And knocked home again! They're in front, and it's Paco Alcácer who does it. Feghouli, a brilliant effort, and Alcácer caps it off. Valencia in front again.
Well, this team, Valencia, truly screwing their courage to the sticking place and causing all sorts of problems in Camp Nou. Wonderful from Feghouli again, leading the lane, and little Paco, young Paco, the Valencia youth product, rises for what could be his most memorable goal of his young life. Bad marking here on Feghouli. He goes by 3 statues of liberties here in the shape of Fabregas, Mascherano and Busquets. Pulls it back for Paco, and Paco pummels. Beautiful, no chance for Victor Valdez. Again, defensive woes of Barcelona. Really, truly, we've got a mass hypnosis thing going on in front of Victor Valdez, Phil.
Talk about defensive woes. They're still the top team defensively in La Liga coming in, but they have had those vulnerabilities. Just other teams have not been able to take advantage as much as Valencia has today. Messi, marauding.
Magic.
Edge of the area and shut down by Parejo. Busquets ironed back into the fire with Xavi on the ball. Crossed in but over everyone, and no problem for Feghouli. French-born Algerian. Talked about it a lot, Ray, but when he first came over a couple of seasons ago, looked like a fish out of water. Now, to borrow one of your expressions, like a beautiful salmon swimming upstream. He's been outstanding.
Yeah, give credit to that man on the bench as well, Juan Antonio Pizzi, the Argentina new coach of Valencia. been a lot of shufflings of the deck in the Valencia coaching area, Phil, and to come into a club like this and pull off all of these moves that he's been a part of and send his team out to face the mighty Barcelona. They have responded with hearts the size of pigs, and maybe not completely deserving in terms of stylistic points. Doesn't matter, it doesn't count for a damn thing. It's what happens on that scoreline, and I tell you what, this is a tough mountain for Barcelona to chip away at now.
They're the last team to put 3 on the board against Barca at Camp Nou. Looking for Messi, chesting it in, but just missing the run of Fabregas.
He's unlucky. He's expecting Fabregas to just hold up on his run, and he dishes it off with his chest. Unlucky. Fabregas making one of those late arriving runs. It has become a trademark of his, and just cannot find that ball ushered in the right path.
As I was saying, last team to score this many goals against Barcelona at the Camp Nou was Bayern Munich in that 3-0 rout. Real Madrid also put 3 on the board just a bit earlier in La Liga play. Last team not named Bayern or Real was Granada, but that was 3 in a losing effort. So Valencia realizes this next half hour is vital. Well, Iniesta being called in. I wonder if it's Fabregas. There was a little look to the side after that run that didn't quite hit Messi.
Phil. I think Alexis Sanchez might be getting the shepherd's hook. Would be a personal pick. Fabregas has been finding good avenues as this game's went on. He's been very responsible on the ball. Do you pull out the wide man and go with a more orthodox man in that central position of attack and drop Messi back a little?
Romeo trying to harass Messi to Dani Alves. Poked off Piatti. Reclaimed Alexis. The 700-plus game man Xavi on the ball again. Top passer in Spain. Was it nearly a 92% completion rate? Mario Romeo dribbling through, and Fabregas draws the whistle. This match started, seemed more of a matter of how many goals Barcelona would score.
Yep.
But that was it's almost the Muhammad Ali rope-a-dope, because when they came out swinging just before the half, they started to connect, and they haven't stopped swinging since. Since the frustration starting to build. Fuguli teed it up, didn't quite get all of it. Piqué will clear. Mario Romeo again. Piatti with help. This time it's Alves. Coming close to a fourth. Xavi trying to put out the fire. Got held up by Alcácer.
A number of players convene. Alcácer's one of them. Pablo Piatti involved as well on the initial pressurizing. Gathering around Xavi like a gang of wolves. Just clipping him. Good pressure.
It'll be Xavi coming out. Again, 34 years of age, but he's been one of the sprightliest players on the pitch. Maybe saving a mention, the 2 Copa matches and that looming Man City showdown. We're going to need him in another day, but fresh legs now from Iniesta as he's back from injury. Flipped on Pedro. Fuguli, quick thinking by the ex-Grenoble man, and run over by Alba. There have been a few times in recent weeks. The loss to Athletic, the draws that have been piling up, where Barcelona's left the door open for Atletico Madrid. Slipped by Alves, but saved by his midfield. You're just wondering, though, if they surrender points here, is it one time too many? Especially with Real Madrid also banging on the door.
Yep.
59 rounds in a row. Barcelona, the tops in La Liga. They'll need at least one goal to give themselves a chance to hold on for 60.
Good ball.
Skips for Iniesta. In the middle for Messi. Forced to his right, and Piatti pounces. Again, but just too far. From an angle, and again, good cover. That's Alcácer, the forward, tracking back to defend Messi.
It's two possessions that he was head and trying to force it past the defenders, as he usually does, with contempt. And he's got open players, as he did there in Jordi Alba and Fabregas. That's what draws the mourns out of the crowd, even for the living legend that is Messi. But as you said, Phil, some frustration being built up here around Camp Nou. There's another look at the goal. The goalie sees him, pulls him back, and then the slingshot finish from Paco. Wonderful play, lovely identifying of the open man, and again, clean and lean and sweet with his finish is the Spanish youth international, Paco Alcácer.
Just 20 years of age. Actually, broke in a couple of seasons ago. Last year seemed to be caught in the shuffle, but back in the mix for Valencia this year. Seems to be a favorite of PC. You can see why. Valencia, it's been a trying time. Had a $1 billion offer, pretty much, to pay off all the debts and invest. Peter Lim, a Singapore billionaire. That didn't quite meet all of the guidelines. The due diligence not met, said Bankia. So back to the drawing board, although there are a couple of other investors that are now sniffing around, perhaps to rekindle the new Mestalla. One of them is a U.S. equity firm, the other out of Qatar. This might just give them the impetus. Pedro to the middle, deflected away. Alba coming close, but no, says Alves. Piqué can't handle the bounce. A little shirt tug, but he got away with it. Two men to beat, but an empty run in the middle, and it just gets away from Parejo.
Well, Piqué again having his pocket picked. I don't think it was the infraction that you indicated, Phil, but we'll take a look at it. Either way, Piqué caught with his knickers down again. And what looked as if it was going to be rudimentary defending.
I hate to say it, Ray, but is this a Barcelona that is struggling for an answer right now?
Well, you know, we said two players, in my opinion, that this team really had to look at bringing into their stable was a out-and-out forward at the point of the...
Alves! And he might have just gotten fortunate, but he picks it up with his hand. He could have done that the first time, and I think they're probably saying maybe the touch allowing to get away. Take another look at that, though. Diego Alves probably won't want to. Another ball forward, and Busquets being pushed.
This is a team that everybody was hoping that would be able to be replenished, but the board and the coach, more importantly, said no, we'll go with what we have and wait for the transfer window in the summer. They've ignored the need for a central defender or a number 9, and they're going with what they have, and it's always been more than enough. But there's no question here today, on this particular evening, they have been off of their operatic high notes in both ends of the pitch. Being exposed at the back time and time again, not just with the number of goals, but opportunities missed by Valencia. And up front, all this wonderful, intricate football leading
down a dead end.
Pretty much 5 men in the back now, with a tight 3 in front of them, trying to preserve the goal edge. Iniesta drags it around Romeo, and Costa a bit off balance on the kick, but out of danger. And the goal from Messi lifted him into 5th place by himself, above Cesar. Now just 3 back of Di Stefano in the all-time goal-scoring charts. And again, just 26. Sometimes you forget that. Rewriting the record books at such a young age. Oh, ball kicked off for Fabregas and snuffed away by Fuego. Feghouli slipping like a deer on ice, but quickly back to his feet. Wide for Mathieu, and the big man on the move. Alcácer asking for it. It's 4v4 if they hurry. Mascherano in perfect position. Feghouli, Mathieu on side. A lunge from Mascherano, and Valdez forced to tip it away, but he keeps it in play for Alba. Now it's Pedro. Final 18 minutes approach. Chested down, double teamed. Javi Fuego, but maybe a bit of a tug from Costa.
It's just games like this that make you recognise how wonderful Barcelona have been, and it's not always automatic, that it isn't just a given that they can turn it on when they're up against a tough team with a lot of heart underneath those proud shirts, and a goalkeeper playing at the top of their game. Barcelona off song a little bit towards the business end of the field. This is the theatre of football, and anything can happen. You've got to grasp the opportunities against Barcelona. When the few times they come along, Valencia have done it, and they've earned this right to lead this game as we approach the last 20 minutes.
Paco Alcácer, a big reason they are in front, but now he exits the debut of Edu Vargas, the man who scored more goals in the Copa Sudamericana than anyone a few years back. Caught the eye of Napoli, but never quite caught fire there.
Oh, a tremendous player, Phil. He's a young lad that's went off, has caused enough threats to them. This is a different kettle of sharks in Eduardo Vargas, the Chilean international.
Again, fighting alongside Alexis for playing time on the Rojo. And now looking for that ball to Dani Alves. Tangles up with Pablo Piatti and gets whistled for the foul.
A beautiful ball to find Dani. Always searching deep into the box. Good look at Eduardo. Still Napoli property here on loan, as you said.
Only 24 too. Seemed to refine his scoring form when he went back to South America to Grêmio. And now a little offensive spark needed by Barcelona. We were talking about this at the half though, Ray. Everyone's been talking about the need for another center back, and Barcelona said, well, we've got one of our own. And Marc Bartra has pretty much proven them right, although as we've seen here today, there's still vulnerabilities. But you look at the bench for that center forward, and really it's Jean-Marie Dongu, the youngster, who might have that potential, but that's asking a lot. Inside, Iniesta cuts it off. So again, they stick Teo out, but that's basically just another flank player. Piatti pressuring Alves.
Well, maybe just another wide player, but it's the quality that is built into these Barcelona players, Phil. Again, like spider web, it's all intricate and beautiful, but it hangs together so delicately, and when it's not all absolutely perfect, it gets blown around a bit, and that's what's been happening today.
Iniesta.
Got to credit this wonderful Valencia side here today as well, in particular Sofyan Feghouli, who's certainly up for man of the match.
First player to get 2 assists against Barcelona this season.
Statistics, he's been absolutely wonderful in between the first blow of this whistle and this 75-minute point, being absolutely tremendous.
Another chance on the turnover. It's Vargas. As you said, a different kettle of fish than Alcácer. And he holds off the defense well. Feghouli now spotting the inside run and the back post if he can get it there. skips up for Parejo, and Valencia actually letting Barcelona stew a bit. Final 15 minutes. Do the defending champions have it in them? You hear the whistles from the crowd, but Valencia has earned the right to kill the game a bit. Just offside. The flip to Vargas. Messi ends his drought from the spot, but Barcelona still thirsty. Teo and Fabregas exchange places. Well, this is a bit of a shake-up in a formation.
Certainly much more attacking-minded, taking out the two more cerebral dictators of their midfield and going with all of the edge players up top.
Messi, the one that's going to be the provider, and he does to Teo. Back for Alba. Squared for Busquets. Alves. Pedro, who has swung to the right. Feghouli upended in a collision as Alba jumped in front.
Jeremy Mathieu doing a great job marshalling his defence at the back. And again, Sergi Busquets a bit slack with his...
And that's his second yellow. Alba's gone.
Sergi Busquets a little slack with his passes, I was going to go on to say, and this is where it leads to. Probably not see the initial giveaway by Sergi, but it gives Jordi Alba a decision. He has the giveaway right here, and then the referee's opinion, this is an intentional block on Feghouli by Jordi Alba, and referee's got a clear look at it and says it is intentional, and he is gone. So Barcelona down a man, down a goal.
Messi had been dropped back into the midfield along with Iniesta. Alexis, Pedro and Teo up front. Now with Alba out, who will cover on that left flank? It looks like it'll be Mascherano at this point. Piqué got a touch to it, but not much. Ball flipped up. Mascherano with a bit of Maradona, slapping it away. Maybe a bit fortunate he doesn't go in the book. Barcelona crumbling in front of our eyes. But does Valencia have what it takes to push them over the edge? Well, rapid succession. Ajax in a admittedly meaningless game. Barcelona had already clinched advancement. Athletic Bilbao, though, did get the first victory over Barca in league. This might be the second if they can hold on. 80th minute. Piatti from about 30. Bouncing ball deflected, and Valdez a bit fortunate that that one goes
Beautiful
high.
Ball sent in for the French international. Mathieu very close to getting his outstretched point of this. It actually goes by Mathieu, and Piqué comes to the rescue, but had Mathieu just had a touch on that, that would have been rocketing past Victor Valdez. Again, set pieces, absolutely like a crucifix, the Dracula for Barcelona.
Parejo from the corner, just the third for Valencia. Over Mathieu, deflected to the top, having a whack at it. Feghouli, another ball inside Parejo. Valencia just having fun right now. 11 years since they put three past Barcelona at the Camp Nou. January 18th, back of 2003. They won that one 4-2, and I think Pizzi would feel a lot more comfortable if they could get a fourth here today. Dani Alves in the center now to Messi. Wide for Pedro, looking to provide.
Nothing.
Easy clearance for Mathieu. Three in the back. Alexis holding off well. Messi eluding Oriol. Bouncing and just pushed. Well, doesn't look like the referee saw it.
Wanted something to hit as well. Dani Alves, he's got really nothing, so he's got to take a speculative spank. Nothing running off of the ball, so the Brazilian goes for it. It's a good effort. Always just brushing wide, and certainly looked as if Diego Alves got his big mitts to it. Had a great game.
And it's a rarity to say he had a great game and he has a chance for a win. And that's the type of team Barcelona's been. Do they have it in them one more time today? As you said, Ray, maybe because of some of the fallout in the whole Neymar signing situation, but Barcelona quiet in the winter window. Piatti carries out, and Valdez ready to put it back in. Iniesta to midfield.
Oh. Breaks it straight into Lionel Messi there, looking for Dani Alves. It was Iniesta. No lack of confidence from these men in white. Again, that's wonderful football from Feghouli.
Piatti feeds it in around Alves, and Mascherano sliding in to save. Bounces off of Piatti again, the mighty might against the Brazilian, but he just lost his footing.
Certainly going to tighten up the Primera if this result stands, Phil. A wonderful game on tap with Real Madrid coming up tomorrow. They're going to be playing for bigger marbles now. If it stays the same, there's still plenty of time on the clock, but this team in white, the wonderful boys with the bats on the shirts, been so impressive, particularly in the second half. Right from when they came out the locker room, you could tell there's a different edge about them. It's been fed into them by their coach, Pizzi. Calles cannot even believe his eyes.
Took him less than 3 minutes to get back in front, then Messi from the spot. And by the way, what we're told, this would be the first time in history Messi scored from the spot that Barcelona would lose. But they have 6.5 minutes or so to turn that around. Down a man, though. Jordi Alba drawing red against his old team. Of course, Barcelona could probably play 2 men down and still win most games. On the corner flag, Parejo headed up and arrived, but still another chance for the former Madridista into the box. Vargas still alive. Iniesta's tackle takes it out, and again, Valencia with a chance to bleed the clock. There is Alba. By the way, ironically, inside Valdez. Last time he drew a red, it was also Barcelona versus Valencia, but he was wearing the other jersey back in 2011. Here's Messi. Alexis tries the back heel. Mathieu can't stop him. Costa in to sweep it away.
Well, fortunate here, Alexis, to get a second bite and try to get the second ball in through the onrushing Leo. The magic man, they're going to pull something out of their big hat. It's going to be the magician Messi in all likelihood. No.
And again, Parejo threaded it through, but just look at the hustle from Mascherano. Vargas, the Lone Ranger up front. But it's Barca looking for the silver bullet. Wide for Teo. Can he provide? Dragging Barragan. Drops for Iniesta, deflected away.
A great attempt by the kid to find Iniesta with that type of ball. Holding on, drawing his two defenders in on him. Young Teo, and then triggering that ball in the direction of Iniesta. Just wasn't quite on target. More fresh legs for Valencia coming in. Goal meant what has already been a Herculean performance. Tremendous from Piatti, of course, with his goal. Wonderful courage to win it. Upstairs against all odds, and he's taking his sweet time. Busi doesn't like it, but Piatti tells him where to go.
The diminutive Argentine, a big footprint today, and another Argentine ready to step in. Federico Cartavia. Another player out of Rosario, just like Messi, now getting a chance to play against his idol. Started in Argentina, but like Messi, really started to blossom as a youth player in Spain. Messi through four, Iniesta kicks it back, and then just before Messi can get it, it's hooked away. Back for Barca, Iniesta off Romeo, wide for Pedro, bangs it in, hoping even for a penalty. They will get a call, but it goes against them.
A dangerous play on Dani Alves. Messi still appealing that he was impeded inside of the box. It's onside. The ball's played back. The flag stays down. Take a look. Messi getting his shirt pulled right there.
Javi Fuego, a bit fortunate. Now, the contact started outside the box, but I don't think you want to give Messi a chance even from there.
That's what he wanted. He should have been given it. Certainly getting his shirt pulled badly by Fuego. Getting the job done by Hucabay Krugville.
Parejo draws the foul. Iniesta and Mascherano couldn't keep him up, and more seconds tick away. What a job he has done. Just one loss in his first four. This would be his second win in league. And one of the biggest wins of his coaching career against Barca at the Camp Nou.
Type of coaches players will identify with immediately, the player that he was, and obviously the leader that he's been. He certainly lived up to that, and his players have followed the orders to the letter. This one looks like a historic win. Barcelona really trying to find something in the last dying moments of this game now.
He's still with one substitute to use to try and bleed more time off the clock. Last minute of regulation. Barcelona down a man, down a goal. Goal differential edge over Atletico to start the day. 1 point over Real Madrid. They were top of the table coming in. They could be third at the end of the round.
Good ball.
Far side for
Magic,
Alves.
well played.
Dances around Cartavia.
And again.
Feeds Messi. Oh, and a slide from Romeo blocks it back. Touched for Faguli, and he just launches it forward. A foot race with Vargas. Piqué, smart play. But again, a field away.
Pressure rising. Eduardo Vargas on Piqué. Again, wonderful launching ball from Mascherano to find Dani Alves, and then to Messi earlier on. The wonderful tackling lookout.
Alves off the back. Mathieu using his height, and here's Cartavia.
Who's absolutely had a radiant game at the back for Valencia as Jeremy Mathieu.
Parejo with a soft touch. It's 3v1 if they find the angle. And he found the one. Screaming at the top of the box, Faguli. another chance, perhaps. Mascherano hurt, but knows he can't rest. Parejo playing for another foul.
Nicely.
Just a bit off from Fuego. Piqué again. Oh. Over Busquets, still in play. 3 minutes remain. Messi. Alves. Iniesta pushing forward. Uses him. Back for Messi. Into the box. Oh, this is right left.
Absolutely hallucinogenic football from Barcelona, in particular Messi. Mesmerizing. Again, wonderful tiki-taka at its best. This time it is penetrative. It's beautiful football, linking up all of the dots, and then the final pass into the corner isn't found. Messi tiptoes through the tulips, but look at this goalkeeper again. Don't underestimate it. Diego Alves narrows the angle and forces Messi wide with that shot. It would have been one of the most beautiful Barcelona goals that we've seen for a long time. But again, Diego Alves in between the sticks for Valencia, challenges and wins.
Parejo exits with a goal. Michel Herrero checking in.
Another great performer. Manu exiting. Dani Parejo always involved with the goals as well, Phil, but everything in between that is performance at him. Just embodies what Valencia's been out to date.
Again, 92 weeks since a team other than Barcelona or Real Madrid has topped La Liga. 92 rounds since Real Betis did it in 2011. Teo kept it in. Nope, on second thought, says the assistant. Barcelona will hold at 54 points. Atletico can pass them with a victory against Sociedad. Diego Alves in the book for delay. He doesn't care. This will be a long, long night for Barcelona fans. Atletico and Real closing out tomorrow's action. Barcelona will be top of the table, but just waiting for the sword to fall. 30 seconds remains. Busquets. Pedro. Looking for Teo. Barragán got there first and cleared by Feghouli. Acrobatics from Vargas. Off Piqué and out, and that might well do it.
There's been nothing accidental about this performance from Valencia. They've had a little bit of luck, there's no question, on one or two of the goals, but their overall performance defensively